Love your enemies, for they tell you your faults. He that falls in love with himself, will have no rivals. There never was a good war or a bad peace. He that lies down with dogs, shall rise up with fleas. Better slip with foot, than tongue. Look before, or you'll find yourself behind. Either write something worth reading, or do something worth writing. 3 may keep a secret, if 2 of them are dead. They who can give up essential liberty, to obtain a little temporary safety deserve, neither liberty nor safety. Tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, but involve me, and I learn. He that can have patience, can have what he will. You may delay, but time will not. A penny saved is a penny earned. Many people die at 25, but aren't buried, until they are 75. In wine there is wisdom, in beer there is freedom, and in water there is bacteria. Never ruin an apology, with an excuse. We are all born ignorant, but one must work hard to remain stupid. Justice will not be served, until those who are unaffected, are as outraged as those who are. Fear not death, for the sooner we die, the longer we shall be immortal. If you want a neat wife, choose her on a Saturday. I didn't fail the test, I just found 100 ways to do it wrong. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Those who would give up essential liberty, to purchase a little temporary safety, deserve neither liberty nor safety. Beer is proof, that God loves us and wants us to be happy. How many observe Christ's birthday? How few, his precepts? Being ignorant is not so much a shame, as being unwilling to learn. Well done is better than well said. An investment in knowledge, always pays the best interest. It is the first responsibility of every citizen, to question authority. Lost time is never found again. Instead of cursing the darkness, light a candle. If all printers were determined not to print anything, till they were sure it would offend nobody, there would be very little printed. The Constitution only guarantees the American people the right to pursue happiness. You have to catch it yourself. Be at war with your vices, at peace with your neighbors, and let every new year find you a better man. Remember not only to say the right thing in the right place, but far more difficult still, to leave unsaid the wrong thing at the tempting moment. 'Tis a great confidence in a friend to tell him your faults, greater to tell him his. The person who deserves most pity, is a lonesome one on a rainy day, who doesn't know how to read. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Never confuse motion with action. Educate your children to self-control, to the habit of holding passion and prejudice and evil tendencies subject, to an upright and reasoning will, and you have done much, to abolish misery from their future, and crimes from society. He that is good for making excuses, is seldom good for anything else. Whatever is begun in anger, ends in shame. Do not anticipate trouble, or worry about what may never happen. Keep in the sunlight. Whoever would overthrow the liberty of a nation, must begin by subduing the freeness of speech. The heart of a fool is in his mouth, but the mouth of a wise man is in his heart. There was never a bad peace or a good war. Be slow in choosing a friend, slower in changing. We must all hang together, or assuredly we shall all hang separately. When you are finished changing, you're finished. To find out a girl's faults, praise her to her girlfriends. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. When you're testing to see how deep water is, never use 2 feet. For the want of a nail the shoe was lost, for the want of a shoe, the horse was lost, for the want of a horse, the rider was lost, for the want of a rider, the battle was lost, for the want of a battle, the kingdom was lost, and all for the want of a horseshoe nail. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. In all your amours you should prefer old women to young ones. You call this a paradox, and demand my reasons. They are these. Because, as they have more knowledge of the world, and their minds are better stored with observations, their conversation is more improving, and more lastingly agreeable. Because, there is no hazard of children, which are regularly produced may be attended with much inconvenience. Because the sin is less. The debauching a virgin may be her ruin, and make her for life unhappy. Because the compunction is less. The having made a young girl miserable, may give you frequent bitter reflections, none of which can attend the making an old woman happy. But in this world nothing can be said, to be certain, except death, and taxes. A slip of the foot you may soon recover, but a slip of the tongue you may never get over. Trouble knocked at the door, but, hearing laughter, hurried away. Life's biggest tragedy is that we get old too soon, and wise too late. Happiness depends more on the inward disposition of mind, than on outward circumstances. If Jack's in love, he's no judge of Jill's beauty. If you would not be forgotten, as soon as you are dead and rotten, either write things worth reading, or do things worth writing. Keep your eyes wide open before marriage, half shut afterwards. In the affairs of this world men are saved, not by faith, but by the lack of it. Who is wise? He that learns from everyone. Who is powerful? He that governs his passions. Who is rich? He that is content. Who is that? Nobody. Be civil to all, sociable to many, familiar with few, friend to one, enemy to none. We do not stop playing, because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. If a man could have half of his wishes, he would double his troubles. Speak ill of no man, but speak all the good you know, of everybody. While we may not be able to control all that happens to us, but we can control what happens inside us. Never leave till tomorrow that which you can do today. The way to see by faith is to shut the eye of reason. A house is not a home unless it contains food and fire for the mind as well as the body. Work as if you were to live 1,000 years, and play as if you were to die tomorrow. Security without liberty is called prison. Contentment makes poor men rich, and discontent makes rich men poor. When the well is dry, we know the worth of water. All mankind is divided into 3 classes: those that are faithful, those that are movable, and those that move. Those things that hurt, instruct. The only thing that is more expensive than education is ignorance. It takes many good deeds to build a good reputation, and only one bad one to lose it. To be humble to superiors is a duty, to equals courtesy, to inferiors nobleness. Fish and visitors smell in 3 days. A brother may not be a friend, but a friend will always be a brother. Eat to live, don't live to eat.